Saturday, and we have with us a panel of eminent persons. Let us start with Ivo Azevedo, ex-president Malar Bonderam, who is an expert of uh, telling us and furnishing us with more information on Bonderam.
Thank you. Well, I was the past president of St Mathias Sports Club, and I had the opportunity to have this program for at least around 4 years since I was part of the COVID time. So 1 year we had a gap. Well, going back, I have two things which I need to, sort of tell you, especially the press, because with the government departments, we usually have a problem when it comes to why to Bonderam. We want this area to be solved because always when we go for these sponsors in the government departments, why two, why not one? And to explain this, I'll go to this history a little bit. Well, Bonderam, as you know, since we're having the two Bonderams right now, it was three Bonderams earlier. So Bonderam especially was organized by the Comunidades of that island. Diwar Island had three Comunidades. That's Naveli, Goltim and St Mathias. So we had three Bonderams. Now if you all know, Comunidad looks after the land and field of the whole villages. So moment it is land, the boundaries come into play. So when the boundaries come into play, this was started by long ago, years ago, that the Comunidades will take care of the boundaries. So something like this Bonderams was started, and the program was like this. The villagers or the people, Gaonkar of that particular Comunidad is to get assembled near the Comunidad house, and with a lot of band and pomp, they used to move around and mark their boundaries. So these boundaries were marked, and it is to culminate again back to the Comunidad, the place, and a small celebration is to happen. So, as I was telling you, why there should not be two and not as how requested or asked by the authorities, why don't you all have one for the island? So having one Bonderam does not have, totally defeats the idea of having Bonderam. What is Bonderam? Bonderam is to mark their borders. So if there are no two Bonderams, then how do you mark your borders? So as I was telling you, there were three Comunidades, and over the time, since it was the paddy fields and all the income used to come to these Comunidades, they used to manage this Bonderam because they used to finance this Bonderam. So after people really stopped cultivating their fields, Shidao Monetalo, to Shidao Ahi Totale Comunidade, to bonds are those, the income stopped, and of course the Comunidades, these are still there, but they don't have the money to spend. So that's how the Bonderam slowly started dying down. And Golti and Naveli, Comunidad, since belong to one village, the association there took it up. And we on the other side, that is St Mathias Sports Club, took it from our Comunidad, that is St Mathias Malar Comunidad, and we started organizing this Bonderam. So to keep both the Bonderams alive, since it is part of the rivalry which is happening and marking our borders, we have to have two Bonderams, otherwise Bonderams has no meaning of having one Bonderam there. So that's my first point. And my second point is, if you all have heard the latest assembly in this, there IMLA said Dhakti Bonderam and Holdi Bonderam. So there is nothing called Dhakti Bonderam and Holdi Bonderam. Bonderams are Bonderam. Since I told you, it has been happening in both the villages. It was Poili Bonderam and Dusri Bonderam. I don't know when it's changed to Dhakti and Holdi. So this is my second point, that please make sure that it is Poili Bonderam आणि दुसरी मदर. थँक्यू.
Azamir, I would like to ask you, what is the difference between St Mathias Malar Bondera and Livar Bondera?
As I mentioned earlier, Bonderam is a festival which marks borders. That's it. There's much no difference as such. Only the difference what I have started now is the Pasoi which is included in our Bonderam, which the Diwar Bonderam or the Piadat Bonderam, not the Diwar. Diwar is the whole island.
Okay.
Piadat Bonderam does not have. They have a march, but without a significance.
And I think you have more of knowledge sharing.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. So the Pasoi, which is part of our celebration, is very, very significant, because if we don't have the Pasoi, it's like having fest Sokai and Sanjay celebration. Fest na jala kahole celebration. So आम्ही fest करता सकाळी आणि celebration Sanjay.
And thank you so much. And that brings me to Remita Almeida, who is the Vice President of the club, who will give us the flow of the events of the day and also furnish us with what knowledge sharing events you have and explain a little about Festivity Pasoi.
Yeah, so I'm Remita Almeida, Vice President of the St Mathias Sports Club. In the last few years, we have tried to make the Malar Bondera start from the morning session. So we have something called the morning session and the evening session. In the morning session, we start around at 11 o'clock. The morning session is broadly about holistic and progressive educational way to make the Bonderam platform, to bring children from different regions of Goa and bring them here at St Mathias Sports Club and give them a holistic education. So this year what we have done, we have got Dr. Aaron Lobo, who is a marine scientist, who is going to kind of cover the topic on basically Sheetkodi. Amchi Sheetkodi is Goinchi identity and how islands biodiversity could be actually be used to understand how this fish curry can be preserved. Having our children nowadays with mobiles and malls all over our place, the food type is changing and the habits are changing. So Malar Bondera is using that platform to try and actually see if we can use academic people like Dr. Aaron Lobo to bring about that education. We have Dr. Glennis Mendonça, who is also going to be talking on this platform of JED Talks to talk about Goan folk songs and folk dances. Dr. Suresh from the Goan Agricultural College, the principal, is coming to give a session on backyard gardening. Now these sessions are very much focused for college students and anyone who is interested to grow their knowledge. We also have during that time, around this time, Molna workshop. Also we have Rotesa workshop, basically the furniture weaving. These workshops are happening over the sites in the courtyard of at St Mathias. Also we have over the years encouraged our Malar young youth to form an acoustic band. And here the saxophone, the violin, the guitar and the organ is used to basically the band play for the college students and the people visiting and make it very entertaining. Old Goan songs, and the gumod and all is used. So, it's very vibrant mood there, which basically is a progressive way and also a way which keep it very rustic. So, Bondera is not just about full blast entertainment, but something which is very traditional to Goa, and that becomes a very rooted way to keep our Goan traditions. So at the afternoon time, we finish with the Bonderam Jawan, where the food that is served. This time we have kishmur, going to gaundi rice, kodi, bendiachi and sungtachi, and wangone. So these kind of dishes are laid out for the visiting crowd. After around 2:30, when this session gets over, we move to the Malar Church, where there are buses provided from the Malar Church to go to from the St Mathias Club to the Malar Church. There we culminate into the blessing of the Pasoi. Once we reach there, around at 3:30 we start the Pasoi, which is a heritage walk. and we walk around the village, and at around two places we walk, and this year Travelling Dome, Tanula Disila, who is a prominent personality amongst us, she will be coming there and putting up a street play. Then there are stops where Goan sweets are served, and this time I think we have ball, ale bele. So those sweets, people are all the students are moving around, playing the guitars, gumot, and a sing song is taking place, and a full vibrant mood is going on as they walk around the village. That at the same time, around at 3:30, near the St Mathias Sports Club, where the stage is set up, the DJs Saljan, and Vishal have been invited this year, and our host Joed Almeida is going to be taking over the stage around that time to pick up on playing Konkani medleys using the DJ. So the bash will start at that time, and around that time even the kathodio and fancy dress will be happening. In the meantime, this 200 students would have walked, and around 5 o'clock they would have reached the stage. So when the students reach the stage, the crowd is collected, the mood is completely vibrant, energetic, and full of zest. That then ends, and we start moving into the floats, where the wards, each of the wards that are been preparing for the last 6 to 8 weeks to perform for the floats are getting ready. The floats will happen between 5:30 to 7:30, and after that we will have live music and DJs coming on. In between that, the delegates would be coming on board as well. Our MLAs, ministers, that will be there, and that is the general format of the entire day on the 16th of August.
Thank you, Ravi. It gives me immense pleasure to request Alicia Menezes, who is a youth participant. Of course, we need the younger generation to take this forward, and I would request the young, charming and beautiful Alicia to address and furnish us with what is your role.
Okay, so my name is Alicia Menezes. I'm part of the youth community, and as a youth, if I start, how we start preparing this festival. So the first thing is, all the wards, we have 4 wards in Mara, so we meet, we decide the theme, we put lots, and we finalize what all the 4 wards are going to perform. So this starts 1 month prior. So we prepare for the floats, we prepare the costume, we prepare the dances, we take practices, even though we are tired coming from some are students, also some are working. So even if we are tired, we come, we practice, and that gives us different kind of enthusiasm. Even though we are really tired, we are always there for practices. We really like doing it, and once we are done with the practices, we feel really good about it. And even preparing for the floats, it takes a lot of time, energy, a lot of hard work, preparing it. Some of them even stay overnight and prepare it. So that is something we really enjoy doing, and we really wait for the day when we showcase all the things which we have done.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
We now have Ramesh Gomish, who is the sports secretary, and over to you.
I am Ramesh Jones. I would like to tell you about the safety what we have kept in for the people coming inside here. For Bonderam, it is not only about the festival, it is not only about the parties, but it is what we are planning for the people, the safety of the people, putting barricades, keeping them in order. That is what we have put this in, and about a tent doing of 108 GVK and an ambulance also on the venue. The venue also there will be one ambulance on the venue, and as well as a tent of doctors sitting there for treatments for if any emergency. In any case, if any emergency goes, so this is what we have introduced for the first time this season. So coming to the Bonderam thing, everything is been said by Mr. Remy and also by Ivo. So it is about we starting at not at late, starting at 11 o'clock in the morning. That is what we are doing different from what the oldie Bonderam. It's not oldie Bonderam, dusri Bonderam. We are the first one, so आमची पहिली Bonderam. So आम्ही इकरा promise करता. That is what we are starting from 11, and the bands and the DJs supposed to play. They'll start from 3:30 onwards. From 3:30 there is one DJ called Shartan, and the DJ playing at 4:30 will be DJ Vishal, and after that will be the bands like True Blue is the band which is there, and the last DJ going to play will be DJ Mackie from Panic, and we have RJ with us will be Joy to do the show. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I would like to request senior journalist who doesn't need any introduction, Mr. Prakash Kamar, who will furnish us with how he has played the inclusive part of this event.
Thank you, Dr. Gwendolyn. As a coordinator, accessibility coordinator of Maria's Boys of Festas, over the years I have seen that this St Mathias Club people, they have not only they have got sensitized, but they are become aware and they are developing inclusion, practicing that, and they have got a ramp done there, so that people, it is a people's festival, which all people should be able to come. That is the concept which has come out, and they are practicing it. I am so glad to be associated with that, and that is why they offer this as a platform for all people to participate. For instance, in the morning itself, we will be, as Remy earlier said, our person with disability, women from Diwar itself, short in height, she will be sitting and doing rotesam, that is weaving of the chairs and furniture. She is a multi-talented person, and she also does this embroidery, sewing, all these things. Such people are getting platform. It showcases them, their talent, not only that, but it just takes the message of inclusion, that all people are welcome. I am very glad to associate with this, especially a person who is working in the disability sector. Thank you.
Thank you. We have with us Joed Almeida, radio jockey 91.9 FM, who has been an integral part of Malar Bonderam and hosting the morning and evening sessions for the last few years. And I think his love for Malar village is unquestionable. And we have been here live today to come to us. Yes.
Absolutely. I think it's just an incredible feeling to be there at Diwar for Malar Bonderam and for the Poili Bondera. And I am someone who attends both the Bonderas, Poili and Dusri Bondera. But to start off, लोक म्हणटाय सदां गोंयान आमी ते आदले तेंपाचे फेस्त बी आसता सगळे सांबाळूंक जाय सगळे राखून सांबाळूंक जाय and I think दिवाळकर कोत्ता that they are protecting these festivals and the heritage of Goa and on that note while they are doing that I think a big thank you goes to the press as well. You all are a big part of it because documentation is something which is very important for me. I don't come from the media field but I have a lot of friends in the media आमचे मातशे entertainment field जाता रेडिओचेर. But तुमकां सगळ्यांक देव बरें करूं for all the work that all the effort that you all put in as well, press and media, because going forward all these things need to be saved for posterity. Otherwise आमचे फुडले पिळगे कोण आसले तांकां खबर आसचें ना. So सगळ्यांक तुमकां देव बरें करूं. Outsider perspective, भायलो, I am not from the island of Diwar, but whenever I go to the island of Diwar, ते फेरीचेर उब रावलो एक दुसरे फिलिंग येता. You feel like you're going to a different place. And थंयसर पालवटरी, the faces that you find, the familiar faces. Remus Gomes, the tempo coach, very famous footballer as well. These happy, smiling faces are the people that you come across when you're on the island of Diwar. Like the ex-president said, and Remy as well, the current vice-president said, it's going to be a lot of fun and festivities, but it is also about the food, the culture, the heritage. हांव आयज सकाळीं कांय खायना ना तो जेवणाचें उलयतालो सो म्हाका मातशें भूक लागला आनी थाली चयला बांगडा थाली सो म्हाका मातशी रूच येयला सो बट before all of that I just want to say a big thank you to St Mathias Sports Club as well for having me for the last few years. हांव धाकटो आसतना सदां येतालो बंदेरान पूण हांव सदां क्रावडान आसतालो आनी I used to always look on the stage म्हाका एक दीस स्टेजीर आसूंक जाय. For that I thank them for giving me the opportunity to be part of something that is so incredible. That is Malas Bandera, organized of course by the St Mathias Sports Club. Thank you. And like Alicia also said, I think it's this festival is more about community. You know, the community coming together. She said 1 month before, all the kids from each house come together, and they're part of something that is special. And it all culminates on this day, the 16th of August, this year, of course, in Vivar. So it's a festival, a very wholesome experience, and I think a big shout out to the Diwalikars for organizing this. And it's just growing bigger and better when they have such a wonderful team, the youngsters as well, who are all part of it. So kudos to all of you. And like I said, now I'm traveling from outside. I think a lot of Goans, Goenkar, this is not a festival that is only for Diwalikar. Goenkars from all across the state come for Bondera. आणि यापाटी पहिली बोंदेरा आम्ही बरे फुलोया आणि विवा बोंदेरा सगळ्यांत मध्ये बरे.
Thank you, Junaid. So the Malah Bonderam will be on the 16th of August 2025. Any thing that you would like to say?
Yeah, I mean the thing is, the Malar Bonderam, happens because a lot of our villagers and our committee members work hand in hand. A lot of collaboration takes place. But I think also we want to point out that without well-wishers, people who would have not helped us, we wouldn't have been here. So there are a lot of people to be thanked, and a few names that we could, prominent names that we can say here is, one is who is not amongst us is Marius Fernandez, who actually brought about the entire thing about Pasoi for us, and with that we started a lot of other initiatives like Vandana Chivuzwad and Jet Talks and all of it. So he's a person we want to thank. Also there are other people like CMM, is a Malarkar, and he is always there for us. At the blink of an eye, he is always providing help from every year that is going. And I think, as the ex-president, we can also say that it has never been that it has stopped. So these are not taken for granted. Prakash Pereira also from Diwarkar. Again, he does help us also in continuing his help. We will also want to thank our Amdar, MLA Rajesh Faldesai, jene amka सदांच help केला, and ताजो thank आमकां सदांच आसा. Also, from the tourism department, our honorable minister, Mr. Rohan Kaunte, he has been always supportive, and hopefully this year we see him amongst us. We have also Mr. Subhash Faldesai, Honorable Subhash Faldesai, with providing us the uninterrupted ferries during the time. The police, has been there to support us, the fire and safety. Without all of these public services, we couldn't have actually completed Bonderam at all. So these well-wishers, these services are essential part, and it is not that St Mathias Sports Club committee could have done it. It's a collaborative effort, and that is one we want to thank everyone for that.
Thank you so much. Yes, it is a real good experience. On the 16th of August, please be there for the Malar Bonderam. There's a lot of knowledge sharing, a lot of Boiche Jewan, and a lot of sweets, gardening, Pasoi.
Pasoi is there, definitely there.
Yes, and you will really like the vibe and enjoy it. If you have any questions, then we have the panel here to answer the questions. Thank you very much, and thank you so much to all the media friends. Thank you for your valuable time.